All right, let's move on. What's next? Okay, more trans stories. More trans stories. More trans stories. Okay, hold up. Moving. Is it up here? Is it down here? Where is it at? Down to the 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 did it? Oh no, wait. Oh, was it up? Did I pass it up? I'm looking for Caucasian people, y'all. Here it is. There go Caucasian. Oh, that's fast. So, Vivian Jenna Wilson, the transgender daughter of tech billionaire Elon Musk, has publicly accused her father of utilizing sex selective in vitro fertilization to ensure the birth of male children in a recent post on Threads. Y'all, this is hilarious to me. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like I wanted to tell y'all this story because I thought this shit was hilarious. I don't like when people do too much to fuck with the process of what God is trying to create, right? So if God wants to create a boy and a girl or whatever, I don't know why men are so hell bent on making sure that they get males instead of females because females actually carry on their genes genetically. But whatever. A lot of misogynistic men, if they have money like he does, would prefer to have all male children. Weirdos. Okay. Um, so this was hilarious to me. Elon Musk basically paid to, have the shit spun and have the cells separated so he could have two boys in the birth of his twins from 2004 because Vivian is a twin. And Vivian said, my assigned sex at birth was a commodity that was bought and paid for, which I feel like means it has less validity. You know what I'm saying? Like low key, it means it like you paid for this. Okay. Like calm the fuck down. She further elaborated on her experience growing up, stating, so when I was feminine as a child and then turned out to be transgender, I was going against the product that was sold. That expectation of masculinity that I had to rebel against all my life was a monetary transaction. Vivian, born in 2004 alongside her twin brother Griffin through IVF with Musk's first wife, Justine Wilson, legally changed her name and gender in 2022, distancing herself from her father. And to me, I thought this like I had to me it was like some type of karma or some type of like universal aha. Like you thought you was gonna get all boys, but nigga, aha. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think that shit is hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I think this is great. Vivian has a good face. Okay. Definitely looks like dad here, but Vivian is giving good face. Okay. Live your life, Viv. Okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad because often the argument from people like Elon Musk, their misogyny can always be backed up to something biblical, right? And I feel like in this situation, you purposefully like paying to have these fetus male, to have them be turned into male, whatever they do. That's hilarious to me that you can't even use why y'all uphold males. You can't even use God because God had nothing to do with how you had them two little boys spun in the IVF machine. Okay. Lord, I think that's hilarious. Like the way people try so hard to control things that really are not in their control and shouldn't be in their control. Yes, he tried to play God. It should not be in your control. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, y'all. I don't care. I don't care. Just like death shouldn't be in your control, just like making people's souls become computer generated should not be like a human should not be able to do certain things. The great equalizer amongst us all is the fact that you only have so much power no matter how much fucking power you think you have. And this is one of those situations. So I love that because I often feel like a lot of people's issue is their wanting and their need, their compulsion to control everything outside of themselves. They can't control their internal world all the time. So they have to be able to control something outside of themselves. And trying to make sure you have male kids and one of them turning out trans, like, Almost as if God was like, nice try, nigga. Oh my God. And I know a lot of y'all Christians would hate to hear that, but I find it very funny that God would be the type to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give you a boy, all right. They may not stay that way. Yes, it's definitely giving. Gotcha, bitch. I loved it. I loved it, y'all. I loved it. They're gonna end up creating Ultron. The problem is they don't have a team of Avengers to stop Ultron. No, Cynthia, you are absolutely right. I was actually, y'all have watched a lot of interesting movies lately. And one of those was The Substance. I finally saw The Substance with Demi Moore. And I think that's along the lines as well. Constantly trying to engineer perfection or control what is not in humans' control always ends up destroying the human. Always. That's why I think it's so funny, like when people are very, very worried about, retaining, oh, I want the white power to stay alive. I want generations of the white people. It's like, babe, you can't control that. You can't control that. I know you think you can. I know y'all will live in a lifetime that makes y'all feel like y'all can control that. But scientifically, they say, and they've been saying it for a good 30 years now, that no matter what y'all do, humans are going to mix because humans have always mixed. Humans have always mixed, y'all. As long as we've been here. I saw a lady on TikTok. Yeah, that's why I be loving TikTok. Sometimes the smartest motherfucking people be on TikTok making videos. And the lady was talking about the different versions of primates that humans come from and and I had no idea about this, y'all. I didn't know about any of this. And she's talking about the different types of primates. I've heard of one or two of them, but I had not heard of all of them. But how one group is how we got white people. The original version, that's the Africans and all of that, is that version. And then there's another version that created like, Asian people. Like, but there are these these kind of like original versions of us that were there millions of years ago that we have, they slept together and then 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 they. So as humans, we have been on this earth for millions of years. Y'all, they say that there's evidence that the woolly mammoth and the Roman Empire were happening at the same time. I think for a long time, we've had time kind of fucked up. You think dinosaurs, no humans, like woolly mammoth, you suppose that there are really no real humans around. But no, actually, full civilizations. The woolly mammoth was around at the same time as the Roman Empire. Y'all know the Roman Empire literally has directly affected our empire here in America and subsequent, countries, and how they handle things are a lot of it derived from the Roman Empire, right? Historically. So when that time is so far, so far out, and that there have been so many different types of people and humans over the course of human history, and that no matter what, you cannot control what's going to happen 500 years, 1,000 years. You think you can, but you can't really. You can't. Something like that, you can't control. And I think that almost whenever you have like an unnecessary need to control something outside of yourself like that, I think it will destroy you. I think ultimately trying to control something that you can't control will end with you destroying yourself in the process. And that's why I think it's so funny to me that no matter how many of these xenophobic, white nationalists, it's to keep the whiteness alive. And it's like, but scientifically, there's literally nothing that y'all can do about it. And you're obsessed with it to the point that almost every decision you make is to fight against a wave that's happening, whether you like it or not. It's something about that I find peace in. There's something about that I find peace in. He is worse than fucking Sinatra. Shout out to my Paradise people. Okay, shout out to my paradise people. But anyway, y'all, good conversations, are we not? I feel like we're having good conversations. Let's move on. We only have like 3 more stories.